spend most of their lives doing this, talking nonsense. Not useful to themselves. Nothing to gain, really gain, and nothing to discipline themselves. There are 4 kinds of wrong speech. Mouth is more dangerous than the body. Look, the speech more dangerous. Do you know that with your speech, you can kill people with speech? You know? Oh yes. You can, sometimes when you use certain words, you can, give people a shock and they can get heart attack and die on the spot, you know. Oh yes. Not only that, when you speak ill of others, accuse others, and that can make them go mad, no? And they can even commit suicide through harsh speech. You go and chase your wife, or the wife chase the husband away, just by this harsh language, and they can drive them crazy. See how important your speech is. On the other hand, you can use your speech to give life also. Oh yes. Some people are at the brink of committing suicide. Then they ring up to you. They call up you. And then you talk to them nicely. You listen to them. And you console them. Then they think, okay, I postpone tomorrow again. Now, the right speech is important in that manner. Then, what about thoughts? What are wrong thoughts in the mind? Wrong thoughts or wrong views. Wrong thoughts are divided into thoughts of covetousness. What is the meaning of covetousness here? The thoughts of possessing others' things, others' possessions. You want to possess something belonging to others. You see other people's car, you think, I want that. You see people's house, you also think, I want that. You see other people's wife, you say, I also want that. This mind covets. Now, to desire for the things, to look after the things that you possess, that is bad enough. Or that's good enough. Here, it is unwholesome, it is not skillful to try to possess others' things, others' possession. The term is abidya visama lobo. Visama here means poisonous, very poisonous clinging, poisonous craving. That kind of thoughts in the mind, when that thought arises in the mind, to cling, to crave for other possession, that is unwholesome, that is unskillful. When it arises in the mind, then you should note it, you should understand that is unwholesome. Then the thoughts of ill will, aversion, anger, that is also unwholesome. The thoughts of violence, wickedness, sometimes Whenever you get angry with somebody, you feel like twisting that person's neck or removing the eye or something like that. The thoughts arise in your mind. Very wicked thoughts. No? And when your dog barks, you feel like, and beating the dog, and very cruel thoughts arise in the mind. They are unwholesome thoughts. And these thoughts arise. So you have to watch and understand these are unwholesome thoughts. And you understand that through unwholesome thoughts, unwholesome speech, unwholesome actions, you get the unwholesome effects. Also, you have to understand that the effect, the result, or the reaction may come not immediately. Sometimes you get the immediate result. You get angry with somebody, that person also get angry with you. You use harsh language to that person, he also use harsh language to you. Immediate result. Sometimes there is what you call delayed effect. Today he keep quiet, tomorrow he starts. Then you have forgotten already. He says, why I didn't do anything today? You have done that action. The reaction don't forget you. Sometimes they visit you. That action ripens. Not only this lifetime, it can ripen in your next life. Not only in the next life, it can also ripen in subsequent lives. This understanding of karma, and above all to think that really we have come to this world. What have you come to this world with? With silver spoon? Some people say silver spoon in their mouth. And you go and consult the Chinese horoscope. They say, with how many bags of rice and gold and all sorts of things. Do you come with that? What do you come with? You come with two things. And you will go also with these two things. What are they? What are they? Wholesome and unwholesome karmas. Because of your wholesome karma, in other words, because of the good actions that you have done in the past, you are born in a favorable position, a favorable environment. You have all the basic needs. You have comforts, luxuries, beautiful face, good shape. All your senses are intact. They are due to your karma, what you have done. Unwholesome effects, unwholesome reaction will also come. That is why we see how people, they are born in miserable conditions, miserable positions, because of their actions. This is the law of cause and effect. To understand this law of cause and effect, when somebody understands this at least intellectually at that level, then they begin to avoid doing unwholesome. They avoid unwholesome karmas, bad actions. and start to do more and more good. And these good actions leads them to more happy way of life, more peaceful way of life, and also better birth. That is why we say this understanding of karma. Still, it is a mundane right view. It is only when a person begins to understand that being born as a human being also not satisfactory, being born as in other realms also, Devalokas, Brahmalokas, also not satisfactory. Existence is not satisfactory. In one form or another is unsatisfactory. Then there arise the right view, the Four Noble Truths. The understanding of the Four Noble Truths, that leads to, that is a supramante, right view. It leads you out suffering. And this understanding of the Four Noble Truths, they come at different levels, slowly. When we explain to you about dukkha, unsatisfactoriness or suffering, you nod your head, you say yes, everything is suffering, yeah. Having to sit for management test also suffering. But this is only intellectually grasping, understand. Still have not really realized, you have not really realized suffering, dukkha. One develops different stages. It is only upon real contemplation that one begins to see dukkha, see unsatisfactoriness. Otherwise, we can understand. That is at understanding level. At the intellectual level, we can grasp it. Some people, even intellectually, they cannot grasp. Although they see suffering, they see pain, they see miseries, they see sorrow, lamentation, but still they say this life is, we have to enjoy, a very enjoyable one. And it is only those who can reason up, then they see what unsatisfactoriness is about. Only when one realizes or has this understanding of unsatisfactory conditions, existence, then there arises the thought. What kind of thought arises? You want to stay in that unsatisfactory state? Or you want to get out? The thoughts of getting out arises. That is right thoughts. Thoughts of renunciation. Thoughts of getting out. Renunciation does not mean totally becoming nun and becoming monks. It is one of it also. Thoughts of not clinging to give generosity, liberality. Not to cling, but to become more detached. That is the right thought that arises in the mind. Of course, sometimes when those thoughts arise in your mind, you get frightened. Fear arises in your mind. Oh, what will happen to me when I give up all the things that I have gathered? What will happen to them? No. That is why when you contemplate, when you have right thoughts, right thinking, that you see that you don't go away. When you go away, when we die, what do we take with us? All the things which we have collected? No, we don't take things. All your children's, relatives, friends, They don't go with you. They follow you to the graveyard. At the most, some of them love you so much, they may jump in and they come out again. They don't. Only ancient times only, where when the husband passes away, then the wife also will cremate. Huh? But that is no more. That practice is no more. Huh? And they can put in some plastic glasses, some paper money, false one. Huh? Not the real one. You don't take anything. Your karma is your inheritance. Good and bad karma is inheritance. That is the right understanding of the law of karma. Then it is this understanding of the law of karma that instills in a person the proper sense of moral responsibility. Now there are various views with regards to moral values and moral living. There are some people who claim that when they are sick, when they suffer, they blame others. Some blame their parents. Some blame the Handus, the devils, the Satans. Some accept it and says, what to do? You know, God has given us. We have to suffer. He's testing us. Then if He is really testing you, you should not go against His will. But why do you build hospitals? Why do you seek medical treatment? Oh, then you are going against the will, no? Now some people, when they are prosperous, they say, thank God. God has given us. No, some Buddhists are also saying that. No? Oh, we received this, from the sky, from the heavens. So you are not responsible for your actions. Somebody else is responsible. Where is the moral responsibility? That is why the Buddha says, it was not very pleasant, but he pointed out during his lifetime, there were other philosophers, there were other, you can say, religious thoughts during his lifetime. There were other philosophers. He had to point out where the teachings differed, where he approved and where he disapproved. Of course, it displeased some people, no? That is why some of them threaten him and do all sorts of things. But he overcame. He was not disturbed. If you read the Jaya Mangala Gatha, how he overcome various accusations, various threats of others. He pointed out and he says that those philosophies that cling to something outside and attribute their actions to the external powers, he says those philosophies are very dangerous thoughts. Because it encourages people to kill, to steal, to lie, to rob, to be immoral. There is no real moral responsibility. There are some teachings who accept karma, but there is something else controlling karma, then there is no real. Which is greater, the Brahma or the karma? Hinduism accepts karma. They also explain karma. But they put the Brahma higher there. So who is responsible? Now, think. Use your mind and think. Who is responsible for all these wars? Fighting with one another, killing, robbing. And they are the creations of a creator. Where is he? What is he doing? Now, what is the view? There are people who hold this view. Those who hold this view, they really, deep within them, everything they say is, they surrender themselves. That is where we say, according to the teachings of the Buddha, you are responsible for your actions. Then you are morally responsible. Moral responsibility is there. Now, that is only understanding of the law of karma. Understanding the Four Noble Truths, the unsatisfactory conditions, the cause of unsatisfactoriness, the end of unsatisfactoriness, and the way that leads to the end of unsatisfactoriness. This understanding of Four Noble Truths is important at different levels. Now, the teachings of Four Noble Truths, you can see it, it's a very scientific. Science and technology also contained in that Four Noble Truths. What does science teach us? Science teach, ask the question. Scientists ask the question, why? If you are scientific minded, you always ask, why? Why this is like that? Why the stone fall down like this? When you throw the stone, why it don't continue to go up? Why? Now, in the Four Noble Truths you find there is a statement that there is dukkha. And then the second Noble Truth says, why dukkha? Explains the cause of dukkha. That's the scientific aspect of the Four Noble Truths. The second Noble Truth explains the why question. Then the third and the fourth Noble Truth. The third Noble Truth says, dukkha can be ended. Dukkha nirodha. And then technology, students of technology ask how? How to do it? The fourth Noble Truth says, this way, this is the way, according to the Noble Eightfold Path. So you see the questions of why and how. The aspect, the scientific and the technological aspects are contained in the Four Noble Truths. A right understanding of the Four Noble Truths really leads you out there. A right view is basically the understanding of law of karma, understanding of the Four Noble Truths. And of course, there are also the understanding of the nature of life. It stems out from the understanding of the Four Noble Truths also. Understanding about this life and other existence also. Then, that's only the first path factor, right understanding. Then, right thoughts. What are right thoughts? Right intentions. The better translation would be right intentions. And because those who study psychology, thoughts can give rise to the idea there is the static one, the thought. Here, samma sankappa really would mean the purposive thought, the intentional thoughts. And right thoughts here are thoughts of renunciation, nekamma, sankappa, thoughts of goodwill, avyapada, free from aversions, free from ill will, goodwill, metta, and avihimsa, thoughts of non-violence, non-cruelty, or karuna, compassion. Every time you have compassionate thoughts, every time you radiate your loving kindness to others, you are practicing that right thoughts. And of course, the renunciation, again, one renounces at different levels. And these two things, right view, right thoughts, they comprise of that group of training under wisdom, which is very important to have. Many people, when they explain wisdom, always says to see things as they really are. Always come back again to the Noble Eightfold Path. And then you can see a wise person necessarily had this kindness, kind thoughts, good thoughts in the mind. Compassion, loving kindness is there in a wise person. Renunciation also there in a wise person. Then, right thoughts or right view, right intention comprise of wisdom. Then, what else? Samma ditti, samma sankappa, samma vaca. Right speech. You know what right speech are? They are the abstaining from lying, slander, harsh talk, and frivolous thoughts. Samma kammanta, right bodily actions. That means actions that are free from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct. Then, samma ajiva, a right livelihood. Of course, here we explain what wrong livelihood means. There are certain livelihood, certain traits that are considered as not righteous. 5 of them are mentioned as unrighteous livelihood. What are they? Production and sale of armaments, weapons. Production and sale of poisons. Poisonous gas. Kill beings. Production and sale of narcotics, intoxicants, which causes others to lose control of their minds and become heedless. Slave trade. Some people say Abraham Lincoln was the first man to abolish slavery. But the Buddha had taught earlier that slave trade is an